No, you're supposed to
And
go
we-
in and go around and
We've
drop.
tried to talk to the superintendent.
He gets it, the teachers are out there, they don't listen to the
I have a
teachers.
perfect
It's crazy.
solution. We put a gate, there's a gate at the end of the schoolhouse.
Oh, yes,
But it's
I'd
on
love to
school
have it.
property. What we do is we put a gate at the end of it and make sure that that gate is locked.
I think we're.
I agree with that
That's
assessment.
why
Right.
I would do it. I'm gonna take a quick time.
Okay. Because I think my age, that's the only thing left. Hello.
Hey, it's Brady.
Okay. This is.
Those Mets.
This is
Best pitching in baseball. You're out. I'm a Yankee fan, but
Okay,
I do support the Mets.
So you, me,
But
and
not the
Roger.
Red Sox.
Hey.
He's a Boston guy.
Born and raised.
Oh, no accent.
I had it, lost it when I came to Jersey. Everyone sounded.
You mean he parks his car?
Yeah.
I went to Springfield College in Boston in Mass, and there's a lot of Boston fans there, of course. And in the '78
Got no
World,
turn.
that wasn't the World Series games, the playoff games between the Red Sox and the Yankees because it was a tie.
Oh, yeah.
And my husband was an RA, and
No, it'd be pointless,
furniture,
yeah.
when the Yankees beat him with that Bucky Dead single, the furniture went flying out of the door.
This council meeting is called to order in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law. This meeting of May 2nd, 2022 was included in the list of meetings published in the Courier News and Star Ledger. A notice of this meeting was placed on the bulletin board of Borough Hall. In addition, a copy of this notice is available to the public, and a copy of the statement shall be included in the minutes of this meeting. Mayor Dennis Sullivan is excused this evening. Council members, Granville Brady.
Here.
Tom Mitchell.
Here.
Gina Stravic.
Here.
Roger Vroom.
Here.
Fred Weed.
Here.
Randy Pitts.
Here. Would everyone rise to salute the flag and please remain standing on the solid action. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the justice
for all. I'd like a moment of silence for Robert Bob Winfield. Bob Winfield started with Somerville Police Department in October 1971. He was assigned to the Patrol Division and eventually spent time in the Detective Bureau. He retired in 1996. Officer Winfield was born and raised here in Somerville. Prior to joining the Somerville Police Department, he served in the United States Marine Corps. Moment of silence for Bob Winfield. Thank you. I need a motion for the April 18th minutes.
So, second.
Council members, Granville Brady.
Yes.
Tom Mitchell.
Abstain.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Fred Weed.
Abstain.
Randy Pitts.
Yes. I have the departmental reports and notices. They're listed on the agenda. And also on our website, right, Kevin?
Correct.
Okay. And we have a proclamation. Proclamation, Pala Dafa Day, which is May 13th. And I'll read a little bit. Whereas Pala Dafa Day was first taught publicly in 1992 by Master Li Hongzi, and has demonstrated a steadfast commitment to improving health and mind, body, and spirit, and to enhance the well-being of people from all walks of society. And I'll give that to you.
Great, I'll get it for them.
Thank you. Now we go on to committee reports. I'll start to my left. Councilman Mitchell.
Okay, the only thing I really have to report is we have finally gotten the memorial signs put up for Officers Sauter and Crow. The one for Officer Sauter is, or excuse me, well, I can't remember. One of them is right around the corner on South Street. The other one is on High Street, High and Valley. And These are the two officers who were killed on duty. Both shot on duty, serving the people of Somerville. And the only other thing I have to say is, don't forget, taxes are due this week.
Councilman Wu.
Sure, so the ad hoc flood committee met virtually the other day to kind of move things along. We're investigating a few other issues and we'll be meeting on the 4th. So may the 4th be with you. We're meeting on that day to go over and take a look at the properties and, you know, kind of get an idea of the scope and depth of what we're looking to accomplish with some of the rezoning that we're tasked with investigating. And then after that, we're gonna have a follow-up meeting on the 9th to finish out what our recommendations are going to be. So that's what we have for you. Thank you.
Councilman Brady.
Yes, Your Honor, I want to tell you that a couple of things happened. We have a meeting the day after the council meeting, actually, of the representatives of the Department of Corrections and the Juvenile Justice Bureau regarding the jail and the new emergency services facility. The state has very specific requirements regarding local jails. And we were able to have a productive discussion with the Department of Corrections about what would be required. Our architects, police administration, Colin Driver, and FD Stonewater attended. The meeting was very productive and the state representatives were complimentary about how well we have planned the new facility. So I'm very happy about that. There will be a meeting of the Emergency Services Facilities Committee this week, I believe it's Thursday, with our architects to finalize and prepare for the courtesy review of the project before the planning board scheduled for May 11th. The planning board meeting is open to the public and a groundbreaking is scheduled for September. Mayor Sullivan and I attended the Board of Education meeting last Tuesday where they presented their 2022 budget. The budget increase is less than their 2% cap. Two issues were brought out that I think council should be aware of. First, there is no increase in enrollment from Somerville this year. As you know, we partner with Branchburg in the high school, 9 to 12, and there's a slight increase in the number of Branchburg students. This is important because most of the questions I get from residents concerns the false notion that the increase in apartments would bring huge numbers of students into our schools. Apparently, this is not the case according to the school's research. A second point made in the budget was there was a loss of rateables that impacts on our taxes. Again, this was not discussed or was not brought to our attention as to what that loss of rateables was. There's a perception among residents that the pilot revenue somehow takes funds away from the schools, but in reality, the loss of rateables, as reported by the Board of Education, occurred when Somerset Medical Center transferred ownership of the Steeplechase Cancer Center to its nonprofit hospital. And that created an annual loss of $500,000 in rateable income to the borough. 60% of that went to the schools. I field many questions about funding the schools, and I want to impress upon the public that the school budget is beyond the control of the governing body, and the schools receive 100% of their annual budget. I can't report what the tax impact would be this year pending formal adoption and publication by the Board of Education. But it was a very interesting meeting, to say the least. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Good information. Councilwoman Chapter.
Thank you, Randy. The Environmental Commission hosted their annual Earth Day event. It's traditionally been a cleanup. They expanded this year to include a green fair and planting of trees. And they also distributed the tree seedlings through a state program. So 350 tree seedlings were given away to almost 100 families who attended two events, one on Friday night at the Y, where we also planted trees with kids from the Y, and one on Saturday at the Green Fair. We had different vendors there with solar. DPW took charge of the event as always and provided bags and t-shirts for all the volunteers. We had about 100 people go out to plant trees and clean up the refuse in the area. The weather cooperated, so that was great. The Environmental Commission also has a street tree planting project in the works, so if any residents in town want a street tree, they should contact the volunteers at the Environmental Commission website. And the community garden project is in full force. Again, DPW is getting the area cleaned up, fences is going up, and the orders are in. So hopefully by June 1st, we'll have a community garden in town. And then we also just received a $2,000 grant from Sustainable New Jersey to support the garden. The Environmental Commission is busy this time of year. They also, two of the members also oversaw a volunteer project with the Boy Scouts on Sunday. And the Boy Scouts, Troop 84 Boy Scouts, I guess it was Saturday, Troop 84 Boy Scouts came and cleaned out the rain gardens, which is really important to keep our green infrastructure working because it collects a lot of water off of Bridge Street across from the Y there. So that was the Environmental Commission. And I guess I kind of stood in either for the mayor or Roger. I happened to be attending the Rescue Squad dinner dance on Saturday with my husband, who's a former chief, and got called up to swear in the new officers at the meeting. So, talk about that. But at any rate, the squad continues to do a great job in the community and recognize a lot of members for their COVID response as well as to their Ida storm response. So, that's a excessive report, but thank you for listening.
Thank you. Councilman Lee.
Yeah, real quick, a few things about Memorial Day. Number one, the annual Family Fun Ride will be on Memorial Day from 8:15 to 9 a.m. Usually they do 2 laps around the tour of Somerville racetrack. I used to do this growing up. It's a very fun little exercise. You can pre-register and it's $5 per household. All riders must wear helmets and be able to ride a bike unassisted. If you have any questions, you can contact the recreational department on that. Number 2, I just want to dispel, there's rumors going out there. We will not have, the Memorial Day parade will not be occurring. Now, before some of the nasty stuff I saw on Facebook, I just want to dispel anything. That is a private parade. The borough does not run that parade. We assist with preparations, but those are veterans groups who run the parade. And this year they decided they did not want to do the parade. So therefore, while there will be no parade, we still have the ceremony, which is unfortunately very lightly attended. And that is, to me, the most important part. You can march in a parade and put on a good face, but Memorial Day is about remembering those who lost their lives in battle and in war. And we really should have more people attend that, and really, that really signifies what Memorial Day is about.
What time is that?
It's 11 a.m. at the new cemetery.
11 a.m. at the new cemetery on Monday Memorial.
And as I always say, I grew up, don't believe everything you hear on TV. Well, don't believe everything you hear on Facebook. And if you have any questions, don't write nasty Facebook comments. Come on. Everyone up here, Kevin Sluka, our entire recreation department, every department in Somerville has an email address. Contact us, give us an email, give us a call. We'll try. You might not like the answer you get, but hey, that's what we're here for. It's much more productive than just, whining on Facebook. So that is all I have.
Thank you, Phil. I just have a brief update. On May 9th, between 2 and 3 p.m., the Police Unity Tour will be coming to Somerville and traveling eastbound on Main Street from Mountain. This year, Police Department riders are Vito Spadea, Adam Fulmore will be writing for his first time, and retired officer Tim Franks, everyone remembers Franks, Tim, will also be participating in his 7th tour as well. That's all I have for announcements, and we have no items for discussion at this time. So I need a motion to open the meeting to the public.
Second.
Council members Granville Brady,
Yes,
Tom Mitchell,
Yes,
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom,
Yes.
Fred Weed,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes. Meeting is now open to the public. Please step up. Need your name, address. Craig, we ask you to wait a moment.
Good.
Come on. Okay.
Start from the back.
Hi, I'm Chris Cutler at 64 Mountain Avenue. I was seeing the news about Baker Taylor, and I know I'm probably 5 years too late for this discussion, but I'll just mention it anyway because there are very interesting and promising things happening in the real estate market generally that would probably be a good fit for Somerville if there are large lots of property that are still available for redevelopment. In particular, around this area, there's a very strong demand for medical rehab facilities and as well as assisted living for senior citizens. As you may be well aware, if somebody who's in their 80s or whatever, they need assisted living, I don't think there are any such facilities in town. There's Laurel Circle just across the border and a half dozen others nearby, but none in Somerville. And the same for, as far as I know, for rehab facilities. There's some decent ones in the area, yet the demand is strong. Often there are waiting lists for people to go into these areas. And the reason I mention this is that it seemed, I don't mean to be critical, but the analogy is it's almost as if we're musicians that only know 2 or 3 notes in development, which is new apartments and downtown Somerville. And whatever opportunity we have to preserve any sort of diversity in our economic profile, we should take. And so I saw the news about Baker Taylor potentially being sold. I would say that the town situation has changed materially in the last 5 years. So to the extent we are not obliged to assign our end of the agreement to the new owner, if there is a new owner for Baker Taylor, we should not do that. And we should negotiate better terms than whatever we had 5 years ago. I've come up and I've spoken earlier about how much I don't like pilot agreements. I think that if we do have new owners, we should be able to get full tax treatment without any special treatment for any kind of reconstruction or repositioning of real estate in the town. Those are my comments. And by the way, thank you all of you for serving. I frankly find it difficult to show up Monday nights, and I appreciate your time and effort to the team.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Right, Mr. Storms. Either Storm.
I don't think he has anything. I'm being forced to talk. No. I'm good tonight. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Motion finished.
I move to close.
so moved. Second,
Council members Granville Brady,
yes.
Tom Mitchell,
yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom,
Yes.
Fred Weed,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes. We have consent agendas. Need to go well, I have to pull 137. Any other? Hearing none. We'll go forward. And I'll read them off. 131, authorizing the sale of surplus property being a 2017 Hino model. Authorizing 132, authorizing the sale of surplus property being a 2008 Ford F-650. 133, authorizing the sale of surplus property being a 2015 Ford Taurus. 134, approving the hiring of Octavia Angelozzi as part-time fire maintenance assistant. That will be effective May 3rd. 135, approving a street closure between Grove Street, Main Street, and High Street for the Diversity Festival. That will be held on October 16th. 136, approving the 77th annual tour of Somerville bike race on Memorial Day and approving all required road closures. 138, authorizing the installation of 2 monitoring wells located on South Bridge Street, owned by Richard Fuel Oil, Inc. 139, authorizing the award of non-fair and open contract for engineering services to Chalk Consulting. 140, approving downtown Somerville Craft Beer Fest and road closures on North Bridge Street between Main Street and High Street. That's on Saturday, June 18th from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. and Sunday, June 19th from 8 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. 141, authorizing administrator to execute the 2022 ANJEC open space grants for Environmental Commission's application. 142, approving the hiring of Jennifer Montano as full-time parking enforcement officer effective May 9th. 143, approving the Jersey Firemen's Association application for Elizabeth Iceland. 144, approving the Jersey Firemen's Association application for Tomaz Rodriguez. 145, approving free parking in lots 1, 2, 4, and 6 on May 12th. That's going to be for Girls' Night Out, starting at 4 p.m. and authorizing the reservation of spaces in front of Mannion's, Vintage, Wine Bar, Tapestry, Village and Verve for pedal cycle use. And 146, approving the New Jersey Triumph Association to utilize parking spaces in front of the historic courthouse on August 19th from 5 to 9 p.m. for cruise night. Any motion?
So moved.
Second.
Councilmembers Granville Brady,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom,
Yes.
Fred Weed,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes. Go back to 137, authorizing an agreement with the owners of commonly known as 9498 West Main Street, Block 114, Lot 26, allowing the purchase of 5 spaces in a municipal lot as per planning board application.
So moved.
Second.
Councilmembers.
Oh, do you want to discuss?
No discussion, I just need to recuse myself.
I apologize. Councilmembers Granville Brady,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Abstain.
Roger Vroom,
Yes.
Fred Weed,
Yes.
and Randy Pitts.
Thank you. And Councilor Weed, bills and vouchers.
Yes, I move to pay the grand total of $1,127,666.18 in bills and vouchers.
Second.
Councilmembers Granville Brady,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom,
Yes.
Fred Weed,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes. Bring it home.
Move for adjournment.
And I'll second.
All in favor?
Meeting adjourned.
How you doing?